I bought a bargain Volvo XC40 Ultimate Package, but it's crashed. I bought this car on auction and it didn't look too bad. I felt like I could rebuild this in 1 week, with it being a non-runner, but we was in for a big surprise. In part 1, we started the build, and the first thing we did was to try to get this car to turn on. When I plugged my OBD tool in, I did see a safety mode activated message, and the first thing we did was take out the airbag module and send that off to get it reset. Whilst we was waiting for the airbag reset to complete, we worked on the wheel. On the passenger side, the inner tire was snapped quite badly actually. So, what we had to do was to get that changed. When the airbag module came back, we put that back in and we cleared the codes on the OBD, and by my surprise, the car turned on.
Sounds nice.
I couldn't find another bumper, so I tried to repair it. I heated it up and I gave it a push. We moved on stripping the front end. We took out the headlight and the wing to check for more damages. Okay, now back to this video.
In this video, we're going to complete this build. We're going to change the dashboard, change the steering wheel airbag, and change all the seat belts. We're going to take off the front bumper, fix all the parts, fix the bonnet, fix the wing, and get this car driving by the time this video ends. Let's get to the front bumper. This side is already done. We've unscrewed the bits here. It's all loose. I've unscrewed the under tray, so that's all loose from the bottom as well. But what we need to do now is, on the driver's side, I need to unscrew everything so the bumper comes off completely. The wing here, we need 2 screws here I need to take off. We need to take off the trim, the mud guard, and then it should come off. Let's go. Okay, we need to turn the steering wheel to the left just so we have access to get to the bumper and the wing. This car needs a new battery, but for now, we're gonna just jump start it. What I need to get to, 2 screws here, going this way. We'll try to reach the screws without taking the mudguard off completely. Let's see if we can do that. This one's accessible, the first one, just up here. The second one's high up, just underneath the headlight. It is difficult to get to. First screw was straightforward, is easy accessible. The second screw is just a bit higher up. 1, 2, 3. Now, should just come off. There we go. Okay. This side, the washer jet hose is very tight. I can't take it off completely. And this side, the wiring loom. So let's unclip the wiring loom first. Now, there we go, it's a washer jet. This has survived, this is really good. Because this would have cost us around £100. So this is good, this has survived. We're gonna put some Tiger Seal on here, put it back onto the bumper, and it'll be as good as new. So I can leave this for now. This side is very tight. I'm gonna unplug this clip, just to give it a bit of room. Okay, can it sit on the floor? Nope. Now this as well, let's just unplug. There we go. Cool. Amazing. We can see straight away what we need. We need the under tray for sure. We need, this shutter has survived, the lower shutter has also survived. We need the horn. Horn is definitely broken, and as we can see, this plug of the horn, this is the horn side broken, so we need to take that off. Okay, we need headlight carrier, definitely need that. We will need the metal underneath it, and obviously we need a headlight. And from that side of things, it looks okay. The one issue we do have is on the crash bar, I can see it's been hit. And because of that, I've ordered another crash bar. But now I'm looking at it, chassis leg is straight. The crash bar is perfectly fine. There's nothing that screws onto here. It's literally just this damage here. It's not caused anything to move. So we have two options. Either to replace it with another crash bar we have, or we'll just keep it as this, take it to bodywork. When they take off the front bumper to fix the issues on the front bumper, they'll have a look at this and then they can tell us whether we need to replace it or keep it. But for now, I'll leave it like this and I'll give them the crash bar so they can make that decision. That's off. This metal piece will also need changing. It's slightly bent, it's gone backwards. Or we could possibly push it back into its place. We'll have a look at that. Now, let's move on to the under tray. That's off. This is the new one from Volvo. Let's go ahead and put this back on. Under tray is done, all good. Now, the horn. That is broken and this is broken. Luckily, when I bought the crash bar, it did come with it. So as we can see here, it came with the horn. So I'm going to take it off completely and replace it with ours. The part numbers are the same, but this has also been hit when it was on this crash bar. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take off the horn just with this screw and it'll make our lives easier just to put it back in like this. There we go, that's the good one. Same on this side. That's off, this is what we need. Now, this should go back in just like this. Let's just screw it on and then we could angle it in comparison to how it is on the other side. It's got the broken piece from the old horn. We take that off. There we go. Plugs are the same, so it should just go. Okay, now that's completed. The under tray is on. This is all good. Now let's focus on the headlight holder. Our headlight bracket is grey and the one that I purchased from Volvo is black. What we're going to do is just give it a light spray paint. It doesn't need to be perfect, it's just so that it looks like it's the same colour as original. We've done the second coat and yeah, it's dry, so we're good to work on this now. This will go on here as long as the holes match up, which it does here, 1, 2 and up here. It should be okay. And we'll only really know once we put the headlight in and check with the bonnet to see if it's all aligning properly. This is our old headlight. So we're going to take off the ballast from our old headlight and put it in our new headlight. It should be plug and play as long as there's no water damage to this headlight. Okay, it looks good. I don't see any rust or anything around the pins. So it looks like water hasn't got in here. So hopefully it should work as normal on our new headlight. Now's the moment of truth. Let's see if the headlight works and let's see if the alignment is good. There we go, that's in, that's in, that's in. Let's screw it in and see. Actually, before we do that, we need to test if the headlight is working. Put it in, let's turn the car on. It's a good sign. The daylight running lights are coming on. The indicator lights are coming on. Very, very good. Very, very nice. Let's see now. Is it flashing? Huh? Amazing. So there's no headlight warning errors on our dashboard. The lights are working. That's good news. Now it's time to screw the headlight back in. Start with this one first. We'll put the wing on now and see how it aligns with the headlight. We need to make sure we don't scratch the headlight here. Forgot to mention, I did some panel beating to bring the wing back out and to make it as good as I can, because we couldn't find the same wing anywhere. There was one, but it was very expensive and it had a lot of damages. So I just thought, you know what, let me try to fix ours temporarily. When we take it to the body shop to fix the front bumper, they could also fix the wing. And I'm happy with it. If you can see from the photos before, it was really bad.
As we can see, the bonnet is clearly damaged. And when I try to close the bonnet, it hits the headlight. So what I'm trying to do here is I place a piece of wood against where we need to push out the bonnet. Then I use a car puller jig which pulls the bonnet down, and this should push out the section of the bonnet we need pushing out. This is just temporary. We will then take it to bodywork to fix this properly, or if they can't, we just need to buy a new one. It's much better, but the bonnet is still not closing. I'm pulling out the edges so we don't damage the headlight. Okay, it's looking better now. The alignment still needs a lot of work, but I can only do that once the bonnet has been repaired. So now, let's move on to the front bumper. Here, I'm putting tiger seal around the washer jet area. Now, we just need to wait whilst the glue dries.
The alignment, happy with it. The next thing we're going to do, whilst we wait for the bumper glue to dry, we're going to focus on the inside. We're going to swap out the dashboard, fix the seat belts and the airbags. Let's go.
It's time to swap out the dashboard for our new one. When a dashboard airbag goes off, in most cases a new dashboard is required. That's because when the airbag is deployed, it rips through the dashboard and damages the dashboard as well. Sometimes it is possible to get the airbag alone and repair the dashboard, but I just prefer to change it completely. The first thing we'll do now is take off the steering airbag. To disconnect the airbag, we'll need to turn the steering wheel and get to the back of the steering. There's two holes on either side, and they are to access the back of the airbag. There's a silver bar we need to unclip, and the airbag should just pop off. There's plenty of trims to remove, so let's start with the passenger side first. And now the driver cluster trim has two screws on the top, and then it should just pop out. We are now able to access the center console display screws. Once we unscrew them, this should now pop out too. But first, the lower heater switch. And now the center console is off now too. The instrument cluster has got 4 screws, and that will slide out. And now more and more trims. My plan was to take off the dashboard without actually removing the steering wheel, but that's just not possible. There's no room. So we got the big boy tool out, and the steering wheel is off, just like that. A bunch of more screws and clips to take off the glove box, and the speaker panel. This one's high spec, carbon hardened. We don't want to damage that. Even the stalk and squib needs to come out because there's simply just no room. The whole area where the steering wheel is very small, and the dashboard comes out from there as well. So we need to take that off. So let's crack on with that. Fairly straightforward, just a few screws and it will come out. The dashboard is now loose, but some cable clips from the inside were holding it in its place. Once we took those off, we got the dashboard out. And it always looks weird to see a car like this. I took advantage of the dashboard out. It's now much easier just to put a new knee airbag in, as our one was deployed. Now, time for the new dashboard to go back in. It will be exactly the same process, but just in reverse. But one thing I would say, it's hard to remember exactly where each screws and clips and connections go. So I would always recommend taking a bunch of photos as you go along. It will come out to be very helpful. So yeah, there we have it. Our lovely new dashboard, and boy does it look good. We turned on the car and no new errors, so all looks good. Now we need to change the front seat belts. Here I'm just plugging in the new one and it goes back into the slot at the bottom just behind the trim. The seat belt holds onto the middle section and the top with some screws. It then loops through the trim and screws back to the bottom of the seat. Putting the trims back is straightforward. A bit of force and it will clip back into place. Okay, all the inside is done now. Airbag light is also gone. So now it's time to put our focus back onto the front bumper. I'm just screwing in a new fog light and placing the new fog light trim back onto the bumper. It's now time to align the bumper and connect back the wiring looms.
Okay guys, we're almost done. We're on the final stretch. What we've got left is now to put this mudguard back onto here and put the wheel back on, and we should be done. We're good to drive it to bodywork. The front bumper's on now. Looks good. The alignment is actually very, very good and I'm very happy with it. So now let's get crack on and let's finish this.
And let's not forget, we need to change the windscreen.
Okay guys, the build is almost complete. I'm driving this car now to bodywork. We need to finish off the wing, the bonnet and the bumper, and then the car's done. There's no engine light, there's no airbag light, there's no warnings on the dashboard. Very, very good news. The car is also lovely in the night time. The ambient lighting is very, very nice. So all in all, I'm happy with this build. And next week, we've got something very, very special. We've got a sneak preview. We've got a Mercedes CLA AMG, and the damage is really bad, much worse than this one. But very excited for that one. Stay tuned. Next week, Sunday, 6 p.m. Once again, thank you so much for subscribing, for watching, for liking, for commenting. It means a lot. Thank you and see you next week.